So it looks like version 3.5 is shaping up to be another major update for Honkai Star Rail, and this time, two new characters are already starting to draw attention: Hysilens and Cerydra. One of them, Cerydra, is even being talked about as potentially the best support option for Phainon right now, which is a huge deal for anyone building around him. So yeah, let's talk about what we know so far, and more importantly, whether either of them might be worth your attention. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description. Let's start with Hysilens. She's a 5-star physical type character following the path of nihility, and visually, her model seems to be similar to March 7th, that tall female type silhouette. What really makes her stand out, though, is her role as a damage over time focused DPS, but not just your standard DoT unit. According to multiple sources, Hysilens is bringing something totally new to the table, a mechanic that allows DoT effects to critically hit. That's huge. Normally, DoT damage in this game completely ignores critical hit rate and critical damage stats, but if Hysilens really enables crit scaling on those effects, it could mean a full shift in how we build and play DoT teams. Just imagine pairing her with someone like Kafka or Black Swan. Those two are already powerful DoT enablers, but Hysilens could push their potential even further, or maybe even outshine them entirely in certain team setups. Of course, we'll have to wait and see how her scaling works. We don't know yet whether her DoTs scale off attack, speed, or even something like effect hit rate or break effect. But this new crit interaction is already creating a lot of buzz. And honestly, it feels like she might be a strong option for players who love strategic damage over time gameplay. On the other side of the 3.5 roster, we've got Cerydra. Cerydra is a 5-star wind-type character on the path of harmony, and her model is apparently similar to Phainon. But beyond visuals, what makes her interesting is her potential role in team support, especially when it comes to skill point generation. According to current leaks, Cerydra might be able to help generate skill points for the team, which could make her a pretty important alternative to Sparkle, depending on the final numbers. This is especially relevant for characters like Phainon. If you've been building around Phainon since version 3.4, you probably know he benefits heavily from receiving single-target buffs, and that's exactly where Cerydra might shine. Her support skills are rumored to be focused on enhancing individual teammates, which in Phainon's case could translate into significantly more damage output just from those stack interactions. It's still unclear whether she buffs attack, critical damage, or even reduces enemy defense or resistance. But the way the synergy is described makes her seem tailor-made for characters who thrive on personal buffs rather than full team-wide effects. And the fact that both Hysilens and Cerydra are associated with the faction known as the Chrysos Heirs also hints at some deeper story relevance coming in the next arc. I gotta say, I'm especially curious about the timing here. Version 3.5 is launching just after the second phase of 3.4 wraps up, which would place it somewhere in late August. It's still early, so more leaks could drop before the beta ends. And obviously, kits and numbers can change a lot between test phases. But if you're into DoT comps, or you've already invested in Phainon and want to round out your team, these two characters are definitely ones to keep an eye on. What do you think? Are you more excited about Hysilens and the potential for crit-scaling DoT builds? Or does Cerydra's possible skill point, support, and synergy with Phainon sound like your style? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll be covering more as soon as more reliable info comes in, so stay tuned. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.